So how do we move past this, right? Because it is very likely, by the way, it is very likely that the more you step out into your truth, there are betrayals that will happen. There are things that will piss you off. There are people that will piss you off, and you won't be able to sustain the energy of being pissed off. And so it will have a tendency to move again to the background as bitterness. And so knowing that ahead of time, we can start to head that off. So what's the alternative here? How do we move out of this? What new mindset could we possibly embrace so that we protected ourselves from the bitterness? Well, there are probably many ways, many angles to this, but the one I'm going to give you tonight for me is I had to start finding where I could be strong. Where can I find my strength, right? Because again, if bitterness comes from something that pissed me off and I can't make sense of it, and so it lives persistently as this nagging voice that I'm just pissed about a situation, right? Because I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't make peace with it because it was unanswered for me. It was this open loop that never closed. Without starting to focus my energies towards the things I feel strong in, then all I'm left with is punching a clock at work and then having this frustrating thing in my background. But when I started to shift my energy, and I haven't done this yet with Facebook because I'm still bitter about some things in Facebook. But if I go back in life to the betrayal, and I started to find new ways to apply myself, areas of life where I felt strong, it started to not be important for me to figure out why I was betrayed. Does this make sense? I gave my energy a new direction. And rather than trying to spend my energy figuring it out, which kept the bitterness alive, I just refocused my energy into the things I felt strong in. Was there some healing? I did some healing work around the betrayal. So there was that, right? Like healing is a part of it. I think though also that if what you do is you just heal it, but then you don't actually bring a new focus into the conversation, right? A place that you can apply your strengths and your passions, then you may be healed, but you're still left with an unanswerable question like, okay, well, I'm not frustrated, but I still don't understand what happened. So the point here, gang, the point tonight is that you want to start looking for, obviously start to be aware of, okay, I noticed that I have a persistent nagging complaint in the background that could be labeled as bitterness, and it is stealing the fullness of my joy as I'm trying to make a difference in the world. So that's the first piece, right? But the second piece then would be, instead of focusing on the part that you don't understand, or instead of focusing on the bitterness or a betrayal or whatever it is, are there some areas where you could open up even more of your strengths and go apply yourself inside of those things even more, so that the passion of the strength, the passion of the work, the passion of the thing you're doing overrides and evaporates the bitterness. So that's what there is to look at tonight, right?